Welcome back to Vlogmas Small Business Grant Edition, where we are doing 25 grants in 25 days. So turn on your bell so you do not miss any of these grant opportunities, and go back and watch all of the grants that are currently posted in the Vlogmas Small Business Grant playlist. And most of the grants have absolutely no deadline. And yes, the grant today has absolutely no deadline. Now, this opportunity, I am valuing it at $50,000. So y'all don't come into my comments, but it's actually worth way more than that. So what this Grantor does is, first and foremost, they have a completely free platform for entrepreneurs where you can get so much education in order to position your business to ask for funds from investors. So that's the first part. The second part is a cohort, but the end goal of the cohort, they're going to position you to go in front of investors and pitch and then get investors to fund your project. I will say this is their community of investors. So more likely than not, you're going to walk away with the money because they are very strategic in who they accept into the program to make sure that once you get ready to pitch, that you would then be able to get funding. And on top of that, y'all, you don't need a business. So what they said is, if you don't have a business and you have an idea, they will base it off of your experience. They will base it off of your credentials, and they will base it off of the fact if they truly believe that you are able to go from idea to implementation to scaling your business to getting in front of their community and asking for money. Now, if you're new to the channel, welcome. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri, and on this channel, we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth. Because yes, money is good, but we want our money to serve generation after generation after generation. Check out the Small Business Grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. I list no deadline grants in there, no business needed grants in there, global opportunities, industry specific opportunities. And now, y'all, we have Vlogmas because we were doing 25 grants in 25 days. And I have two books. That first book, it's just an ebook. It's like, I want to sit on a couch. I just want to read the information. I don't want to do too much more than just taking in the content. I also have a workbook, which is 130 pages of content. It has quizzes in there. It has fill in the blanks. It has sample answers. And these books are going to help you figure out what to do if you get the grant, if you don't get the grant, applying for the grant, finding grants. And if you're on the fence and you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm ready to make a purchase, I'm going to leave a link in the description so you can go and look at some of those 5-star reviews so you can make a more informed decision before spending your money. And if you would like to further support the channel so I can continue to provide these resources free of charge on YouTube, come on over to the Patreon. I'm going to quickly share my screen so you can see what's in there in case you want to join. Here's the Patreon. Yes, information is locked. However, once you become a member, the information will be unlocked. I post different grants in here. I post cohorts. I post articles. I post, as you can see, this $15,000 grant. We had an accelerator. I also would post the YouTube videos in case your bell isn't on, but your bell should be on. But sometimes YouTube don't notify you. But essentially, I post anything that I think will be helpful for you while you're on your entrepreneurship journey. But we don't want to stay over there too much longer because we're trying to figure out how can we get access to not only free resources to help me be able to pitch to investors, but then get inside of this cohort that is valued at more than $50,000, and they strategically will position me to be able to get money. Yes, but before we get into all of the details, y'all, leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, city, state, and/or industry, because I am pulling from the comments and I could possibly find a grant in your city, state, and/or industry during Vlogmas, as we're doing 25 grants in 25 days. And it's probably a, higher likelihood that I would pull your comments since there's so many videos. But now this grant, y'all, you only have to answer 2 questions. And this is a global opportunity. Now, the first question that you're going to have to answer is, tell us about something that you have built or created, or an achievement you're proud of, or a challenge that you have overcome. Now, the reason that they have these ors is because you don't have to have a business, right? So if you have not built or created anything that's specific, I guess, to a business, then they want to know about your accomplishments and then your challenges. When you're thinking about which one you're going to answer, think about which one you can give the strongest, most impactful answer to. If I had to select and I hadn't built or created something, I would focus more on challenges because as a business owner, you're going to have to pivot so many times. And there's going to be so many stop gaps. There's going to be so many barriers. There's going to be so many instances of you falling down and trying to figure out how can you get yourself back up. And if you're able to show that you have some grit about yourself and that you are hungry for this success, I think that would be better for the grantor to see, because of course we always want to put ourselves in a positive light and say, I achieved this and I achieved that. But to say that, you know what, this was a struggle for me, but this is what I did to ensure that I was successful, I think that's going to land better on the grantor, because we talk about, making sure that you're personalizing yourself and getting some type of emotion out of you that then transfers to the grantor would be better than talking about something that you've achieved. And then the second question is, do you already have an idea? So either you have an idea and you're going to talk about it, or you don't have an idea. And if you don't have an idea, I recommend that you don't just say, I don't have an idea. What I would focus on your credentials, because they said that's something that they would look at. I would focus on some of your current successes, and I would focus on the idea of why do you desire to be an entrepreneur, and then why do you think that you would be a successful entrepreneur. And then they ask you to refer someone that you think would be a great person to go into their program. I will say, they are looking for individuals that want to be full-time entrepreneurs that also have the capacity to be a full-time entrepreneur, because their program is in person. Okay. A lot of our programs are virtual, but these programs are in person. You do not have to be located in a specific location. However, if you want to go to a location that is outside of your current country, because this is a global opportunity, you will have to meet the visa requirement. So you're not required to pick, let's say in the US, you don't have to pick a city inside of the US. You can go to another country if you want to do that, and vice versa. Also, the beautiful thing about this is they get back to you within 2 to 3 weeks. So if you apply and you are not successful, apply again. But I would recommend, before you apply again, if you haven't perused their website, to take advantage of the plethora of free resources for entrepreneurs. I would recommend doing that, because that is then going to position you to have a stronger application to potentially get selected for this $50,000 grant opportunity to go from idea to implementation. Now, y'all, leave a comment. Let me know where you're watching from, city, state, and or industry, because we're pulling from them comments, because we're going to get closer and closer and closer to generational wealth. Now, with all of that, let's look at this grant. All right, y'all. This grant opportunity is sponsored by Antler. And as I said at the top of the video, this is a global opportunity to connect you with other founders. Now, what I want us to get to is the free resources for entrepreneurs. Now, here we are. This is the Antler Academy. It is a free online platform for new entrepreneurs. Unlock step-by-step playbooks and templates used by real founders who've launched venture-backed startups. So if you click learn more, you can explore their library. And then what do you want to look at? Let's look at legal, because I'm a lawyer. Look at this, y'all. How to register a trademark in 4 simple steps. And there are so many other things in here. This is why I say it is important to peruse the website, because half of the time it's gold mines in here. Now, if we go up here to residency, because this is what we discussed as far as the fact that it must be in person, from 0 to seed in 6 months. Okay, so if this has been your dream, 6 months is not a long time to have to wait for it. And as with other opportunities, always look at who they have funded in the past. And when you do that, you'll then be able to see, is there some type of alignment with this grantor, or is this a great opportunity for myself? But you can only work with them for the first few months. So you cannot get any other investment dollars outside of Antler in their community while in their program and for the first few months after you get out of the program, because their goal is to ensure that you get access to this capital. And then just scroll all the way to the bottom. Here are all the FAQs that I recommend that you read. And then at the top, if you click apply, and here's the application. We're not going to go through it all the way because you got to fill out too much. And we've already went through the questions. I've already told you what is in here. And then I'll let you know that this is a global opportunity. But once you go through these 5 steps, there will be an option to give them a pitch deck at the end. And you already know, we always give them anything optional because somebody sat and thought about it and decided to plug it into this application. And if you want to get an example of a pitch deck, there is an example inside of the Patreon. But once you do all of that, then you're going to submit your application. Of course, they're going to get back to you within 2 to 3 weeks. And then you're going to come back here. You're going to leave that comment and tell me that you were selected for the cohort. But you're also going to let me know that you checked out all of those free resources that they have on their website. But of course, y'all, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Check out the ebook, check out the workbook, check out the Patreon, check out the small business grant playlist, check out Vlogmas 25 grants in 25 days, because your girl is tired, okay? But all things to support the channel, but most importantly to support yourself to get closer to generational wealth, because that is the goal of this channel. But as always, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel, and wherever you are in the world, I hope that you're having a beautiful day, and I will see you all next time.